Okay, it's Gavin Allenson here, and often when you're a sports nutritionist, you'll have clients say to you, "Oh, what about this recipe? Is this okay?" Or you'll see a recipe in the magazine or in a book, and you like the look of it, and you think, "Well, actually, do those macros fit? Would that be okay for a fat loss type of client?" Sometimes what you need to do is just to go along and work out exactly what it is, because often when you see recipes, and I've collected a load of recipes here over time and taken photos of them, and just going to run through what I do when I see one of these recipes. So here we go, we've got one here, roast vegetable salad. Now on the face of it, it looks pretty good. Aubergines, peppers, garlic, tomatoes, olive oil, chilies. So what the process I do is I'll put them into this spreadsheet I've got. So in this spreadsheet I've already gone ahead and populated it, but I've got a list of all the different foods that I've commonly used, up to about 300 when I've created a lot of these recipes. So for this recipe, if we look at what's actually in it, 500 grams of aubergines. Now, one of the things that you often find is you'll see a recipe and it might be American, so it'll have cups, or it might be in ounces. I like to put everything in metric so that we can try and work it out. So, got 500 grams of aubergines, four red peppers. A red pepper's about 150 grams. If you're not sure, if you just go and search in Google, average weight of a red pepper, it'll give you some type of answer. So then what this does, this recipe says it serves 6, so you can change here to say whether it serves 6 or not, and then it'll give you the amount of calories per serving, the amount of proteins per serving, carbs and fat. And up here, this gives you the ratio of protein, carbs and fat. So for a fat loss recipe, we're looking at 2 grams of protein to 1 gram of carbs and 1 gram of fat. Now obviously we can see there's no protein in this recipe. So let's see if we keep it at 6 recipes and we give everybody 100 grams of protein. So we put 600 grams of chicken breasts. Let's see what that happens. So that brings us up to not bad ratios, to almost 1 on carbs and 1 on, just over 1 on fat. Now that looks a little bit low in total calories for an individual. Really, you're looking at between 400 and 500 calories per meal. So what I would do in this case is, let's see if we can add some extra carbs. Now, if you look at this recipe, a good thing to add might be some onions. So if we put an onion in and we have a roasted onion in there as well, what does that change it to? Okay, the carbs doesn't go up by much. So maybe we might be able to put 2 roasted onions in. Let's have a look. 300 grams. Okay, so now we've got bang on the ratios. 1 gram of carbs and 1 gram of fat, and 2 grams. But still it's a little bit on the small side. Let's see if we changed it to 4 servings, what would happen. Okay, the ratios still say the same, but the portion size gone up to 562 calories. So five portions might be a good size. So that gives us about 450 calories. So with that meal, you can then work out exactly how you want to change things. And you might decide you want to serve it with salmon. So let's come down here. Now that's going to change the fat content a fair amount, because there's a lot more fat. I lost it. A lot more fat in salmon than there is in chicken. Let's have a look. Salmon. Oh, okay. We've just got smoked salmon. You haven't got fresh salmon, so we just put smoked salmon in. So we'll put smoked salmon in. So yeah, look, the fat content's gone way up, and it's also affected the carb ratio as well. So then you'd have to go around and juggle that. So you might decide, okay, well, we're going to put in less salmon. Let's put in 300 grams of salmon and see what happens. Okay, the carb content's still quite low. Okay, quite high. So you might decide that salmon wouldn't actually work with this meal, and we'd have to go with chicken. So this is a good exercise to actually go through as a sports nutritionist, because at some point you're going to be actually creating recipe plans for people, and also it's a good thing to do for yourself, because often you'll have a range of meals that you eat all the time for yourself, and you cook all the time for yourself. Plug in the macros in here just to see exactly where it does stack up. Okay, I hope you found that useful. Any questions, just give us a shout.